Coach. Welcome to HSBN Media Days. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Can you please introduce yourself and the players that you have here today with you?
Yes, Coach John Brown. To the right of me, I have Craig Dumas. Behind me, I have Martin Malik. To the left of me, I have Jason McShane. To the left of him, you have Ethan Wilton. And standing up to the left of Anchor us all, Daniel Anasia. We love saying it. Go ahead, Anasia.
Awesome. So, Coach, welcome back. Please share a bit about your coaching background and how you came to become the manager of the Colts this season.
Prior to my new time at Coral Springs, I was at Western for some time. After I left Western, I was at Taravella, and found my way to Coral Springs. Kind of a uncanny path, but God works in mysterious ways. So you really don't question it, and just definitely happen to be here. So.
Excellent. So, Coach, you came out here to Media Day. Tell us a little bit about your experience out here, bringing, why it was important to bring your team here.
Since I've, moved from South Florida, being an Ohio native, it's definitely something that's, a good exposure for the kids, something to kind of just get them out, something new to kind of see. Some of these kids that don't have the opportunity to, they're able to go to some of the showcases and things like that. It's kind of a similar feel. Definitely a time to kind of get them exposed to, other teams that they're not used to really being around or even know the names of, areas and things of that nature. But, definitely a good time for them to kind of just, again, more camaraderie. But definitely, like I said, an opportunity for them to, have fun and, get tested to kind of see where they are as far as, with their 60 times. Obviously, the big thing nowadays is the exit velo, with the hitters. And, everybody gets excited for that. So, but, definitely a good day and, something that's, it's been going around is actually a good thing for the county. So, and actually for the state now. So.
Excellent. So let's hear from the player's perspective. We'll start here. How was it out there? What was your favorite activity that you got to do out there?
Probably the 60-yard dash because it was out there a little different than the radio showcase I went to. But 60-yard dash is my favorite because I set my personal best, and I really did enjoy that running because not my thing.
What about you?
My favorite activity out there was probably IO. I like that we were talking as a team, and yeah, it's just I like defense, so it's my favorite activity.
Mm-hmm. Stay with the back row.
I'm saying my favorite activity was probably the exit velo because hitting is just for me the funnest thing to do in baseball, and it's just fun.
What about you?
For me, I'll say IO because me personally, I just like being out in the field. That's always been my thing since I was 4 years old. Just love being out there, So that's really it.
I would say the dash because I like running.
Yeah, that was good. So you guys had a good time out there. You got to see where you're at and things you can improve on. I guess would be a nice little preview and things that you were great at today. Yeah. So that's great. So, Coach, talk to me about any position battles. Are you guys competing for starting roles, starting lineups settled? What's going on with all that?
I mean, every day should be a competition. I mean, definitely to if you can't have a challenge within, the program itself as far as on a day-to-day basis, these guys should be able to come to work to compete every single day. We should be able to have stability, within a program, whether, it's a guy that's every day, whether it's a guy that's not every day, because at some point they're going to have their time to, be called upon. So, definitely, we preach, not just next man up, but, the development within our program now, and obviously within the future as well. Definitely, I'm trying to instill with them our big mantra, and to be able to have sustained success. How can we have sustained success? And what is it going to take? It's not going to take Monday or Wednesday. We have to sustain it throughout, fall, spring. Obviously, a ton of guys, that, are within the summer ball circuit. But again, how can they sustain that throughout a period of time? And then we come back in the fall, right back around, right back into it. So, for us, specifically, we next man up. We definitely have to be prepared. We definitely have to know what we're doing. As we say, we got to know what the next man's doing. You definitely got to know what you're doing before you get to baseball. So, with us individually and especially as a program, for us, if we can't come to work every single day and challenge each other, myself can't, challenge, within my coaching staff to get the boys ready, then we're kind of in there for the wrong things. So as far as, with that on a day-to-day basis, we should be able to stick anybody out there at any given time, and we shouldn't skip a beat, and if we do, then that means we got to do something better on our end. So
that's good. So for the players, though, you have a new coach coming in. Talk to me about how you're motivating yourself and your team and the energy that's going through your team now. Let's start over here.
Well, we have to start like communicating more often with our team.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that we need to work on.
Mm-hmm. To be success, yeah.
Yeah.
What about for you?
Yeah, I would say communication right now is something we really got to work on. In the field, we just got to be louder. We got to be communicating more, know what's going on, everything like that, you know.
Same with them. Communicating, we didn't really do much of it in the past because of past circumstances, but now they're working on it. It's working in progress. We're gonna get into this for communication.
And in the back row, are you excited about the new coach? Are you excited about the season and
Yeah, I mean, I love to play baseball, so
Yeah.
just being out in the field is the motivation for me itself. So
right? And for you, the season.
I would say we need to communicate and gel better, but like I'd say team bonding would help with that. Need more team bonding. I would say.
Awesome. Well, I bet Coach is going to get that for you, and we're going to keep that up. So, Coach, tell me about the goals for this season for you, for your team.
Everybody's goal, again, nationwide should be, to win a state championship. Obviously, there's building blocks with that. Within our area, obviously, the big elephant in the room, obviously you got Douglas. I mean, they're very well coached. Fitzy has his guys ready every single year. As a young kid, I tell people all the time, they get upset. Kids go there. Listen, there's a new generation of kid. You go where you see fit. We want the best things in life. We want, the new thing. But guess what? If they want to have success, that's been that place to go. For us, that's our goal. And unfortunately, like I said, the elephant in the room is you got to knock off that monster. And if that monster is going to stay in your way, we got to figure out how to knock it off. And again, you're coming in with lack of experience. You're coming in with lack of attention to detail, understanding what it takes, to win, understanding what it takes day in and day out to prepare, for things of that nature, But again, Coral Springs, it's heavy area. You got Douglas, you got Taravella. You got these programs. You got, not Pines Charter. You got Coral Springs Charter. But again, it's a very rich baseball area. Doesn't get any better than that, if you ask me. But that's definitely the ultimate goal. But again, if we don't reach that goal, what is it that I need to do? What is it that within our coaching staff we have to continue to develop? On our kids on a day-to-day basis in order for us to end in Fort Myers. Basically that's just what it is. I can't say any left or right. How can we figure out a way to end there? But again, it's going to take work. It's going to take, some good and bad days. It's going to take some bumps and bruises. It's going to take some sacrifice. It's going to take, some unselfishness. But again, if we can't prepare, if we can't, do the things day in and day out, even when the days that we definitely have those bad days. And again, a lot of these kids have been through a lot in the past 2 years. You have to be more concerned about more than just the game of baseball. You got to be, concerned about what they're going through at home and, what they're going through in their life. And if we can't all channel that and try to help mold that, and it's even more, I should say, difficult to understand when how they feel on a day-to-day basis. But like I tell them, if for 2 hours you can walk between these lines and just forget about it. If this is your safe haven, let it be your safe haven. If this is what you choose to do, if this is what you truly love. For 2 hours, you channel it into something that you love, and we'll worry about everything else after that 2 hours is over. But if we can channel it within that 2 hour period, then guess what? We're building our way to where we want to, eventually end up. So, like I said, if any coach ever tells you that's not the, end goal, again, then you have to wonder, what's really the expectation. But at the end of the day, like I said, for these kids to become, better young men, as I tell them, better brothers, better sons, at some point, better husbands and fathers. Especially, with high school, graduating, again, like I said, with the past 2 years, some of these kids were, better online, some of them weren't. But to be able to gauge that, some of them have, potentially have the college opportunity. A lot of these kids aren't going to play big league baseball. Again, the opportunity is there, but again, you're talking, if I think I'm correct, I think 7%. So again, with that 7%, how can we fit, how do you fit that 7% mold? Because again, those guys within the 7%, they're doing things that you don't even dream of, because for you don't want to do it. For you, it's too hard. Whereas for them, they're not going to stop until they reach that goal. So for us, like I said, that's definitely our, the ultimate goal. But again, there's levels to it, there's steps to it, and there's days to it. And if we got to work to it, then we got to do what we got to do. So.
Exactly. And players hearing your new coach say this, is this motivating you to what he's saying and kind of on the field? Anybody want one person to remark?
I feel like Coach Brown really brought, a new way to the sport for us, because for the past couple years, our old coach, he wouldn't let us really communicate freely the way like Coach Brown would, and it's really helped us out a lot, and it helped us understand the sport better. He's taught me a lot of new things too that I've had to work on the past couple years, and like he says, ultimate goal is state championship. You gotta do what you gotta do to make it. That's really it.
Excellent. Any closing remarks, Coach?
When there's always a change, and I've been through this before, it's always tough to trust. That'd be the biggest word, I should say, trust, and to actually be able to understand that, if you were giving this opportunity, you have to try to, not reach every player, but you got to be able to try to understand each and every individual. And again, like I said, everybody's different. For people that have children, we can't gauge each child the same way. We can't treat each child the same. They all have their different issues. They all have their different moments. And definitely with coaching, that's something that, we have to understand a little bit better. But again, through the years, and if you can't become better as a coach too, the moment you stop learning, the moment you stop trying to get better as a coach, then you're kind of selling yourself short, especially for your kids. So, at the end of the day, I tell these guys day in, day out, how can we find sustained success? How can you find it? Don't tell me. There's the only way we can figure it out. And if we can't figure it out on a day-to-day basis, if we can't go in, day out, and figure it out, then again, we're kind of fooling ourselves. And then maybe, I just tell them what it is, whether it's me or the next guy. We have to figure out how to sustain that, just not on the field, but also in life. So, because you're going to have these challenges in life, and they're never going to stop. The only thing about baseball, they stop after the game's over. In life, they don't stop, so we'll go from there. So.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you for being here today. We wish you the best of luck for this season, Coach.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of you, too. Good luck.